Last resort.
Last resort, David Higgins to talk to. I've been looking for everyone else to catch up with. No, just kidding. Matthew Johnson here at almost the end of STPR 2012. It's day 2, Saturday. We've completed 14 stages of action. There's 15 and 16, which are super specials left. David, you've had a big adventure this weekend in several different ways. Obviously, mechanical on the first day is struggle, and then some struggle with setup and being comfortable in the car. And you really needed to be comfortable to claw your way back up to the front. How did it turn out?
Yeah, the first 3 this morning were a little bit of a disappointment. Really, I just didn't get into a good rhythm, didn't get a good balance. But it was something so stupid as a brake cooler that goes to the front brake runs really close to the damper. And every time we were hitting a bump, it was winding a click on and on, so that when we finished and got back to service, we found the dampers were full stiff. So that was obviously what was causing understeer. As soon as we found that problem, and the last few have been great, we've really pushed on really hard and we've clawed back the time and got back up to second, which was more than what we really hoped to do. And I think we've won every stage bar 2 on the first one before, so we've clawed some good time back as well. So it's not going to be our 4th STPR win, but it's great points to get up to second as long as we can get through these next 2 okay.
And as I remember the way we left it in Oregon, it sounded like all you needed was a second to clinch the championship for 2012. Is that right? Yeah,
no, we need, I think, the 5 points as well for like the starting the events and a finish would be enough, but obviously Anton would have to win the next 2 rounds as well. So there's a few things to do. So we need to do another one anyway and keep going. But I think we need 5 points or something for the next two rallies, which, you know, in rallying it's never in the bag. Anything can happen, but we're gonna keep trying, do a good job.
Yeah, good. Nice to have you. Good job. Well done clawing your way back up and into the podium. He's 2nd place here, Susquehannock Trail 2012. It's not over yet. He's still got to make his way through 2 runs of the Super Special, but here, without the rain that fell yesterday, things should turn out just fine. Okay, we're just going to cruise along as we usually do and see who we can chat up and find out how things are going. So what's happening currently, and in fact, we might have to cruise down onto the hill to find some drivers to do some wind-up interviews with. We could chat with Chris DuPlessis really quick, or maybe we'll get Luis. Hi, Luis. Can we have a word with you? I was just wondering what you were thinking of the day. And, Luis, that's so rude. So, Luis, I didn't catch what you were saying there. Are you happy about Chris? Yeah, I think Chris did really well. And you got a really good opportunity there when it really counted.
Luis, you need to be nice and
you got to teach her some manners. Luis, did you enjoy the day? Are you cheering your man on? I can't do it. I'm distracted. I'm too distracted to do it well. All right, so Chris, you got a bit of a break today. It turned out in your favor. Did you enjoy it, and did the car perform as expected?
Yeah, the Dirtfish Fiesta is awesome. We had no issues all weekend other than a flat on the 3rd stage, I think it was. But I finally got the pace on the last 3. It was really good. We're kind of struggling to get the car sorted out with dampening and setup, so it felt really good to get that. It's too bad Will was out because it would have been some good stage times, I think. But hey, you know, we're happy where we're sitting.
You should be looking good and in the championship as well, I believe, right? You should be leading the championship.
Yeah, I think we got to finish this Super Special, and then we'll be leading the championship again. So I was thinking it was going to take more than just one event, but ACP helped me out with that, so we'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't mean to, but that's just kind of how the cards fell. Now, we had two-wheel drive cars roll over yesterday here on this Super Special. You've got a bit of experience driving around banks and things like this. What would be your advice for folks coming out to attack the Super Special here? Yeah, you can win it all here, right?
Yeah, you definitely can win it all. No, I mean, you know, it's definitely for the fans, so you put on a good enough show, but you don't want to do something where it's a best show and you roll over. So nice and easy. You definitely can't win it here. No big deal.
But running against another competitor that you're pretty close with, you still might take 2 or 3 seconds here, so right?
Yeah, you never know. Right now, the closest competitor to me is behind me by 30 seconds, so we'll go easy. But, you know, it's definitely been here in the past where people have pushed hard because it's been a few seconds, so you never know.
Cool. Chris DuPlessis, everybody. His weekend turned out great, and last weekend turned out great. He's had 2 super successful rally weekends in a row. Good job, Chris.
Thank you.
We'll see you here in a little while on the podium.
Absolutely.
All right. And we're going to cruise on along here and see who else we can talk to. And there's Ross. It's Ross, failing clutch Allen. Ross. Mister, my clutch is failing. What's going on with your clutch?
Clutch is still failing. It's got a twin plate button clutch in it, and it's now welded together, so it's fun to get off the line, but we're here.
If you pin the throttle and are really abusive to it, can you get a launch and take off?
Not so much a launch. I can get it off the line, that's no problem, but once it gets going, it's got a dog box in it anyway, so just no clutch, bang it through all the gears.
So just beyond the start, you should be fine to complete the Super Specials here.
Yeah, no worries.
What do you feel about the stages today? Do you feel like they went as well as you had hoped? And what'd you learn about STPR?
Just a lot of the conditions that I thought, like back home in Australia, if a condition looks slippery, 5 times out of 6 it is slippery. Here, it looks slippery, but it still had a hell of a lot of grip. Like, I couldn't get over how much grip it actually had, and which sort of it gave me dividends in the first few stages, but once we went back out after the last service, how quick the stages flowed and all that, like, yeah, keep chock-a-block up and go for it.
I love this language. I'll have to write it all down before they leave. Last thing, where are you in two-wheel drive right now? Are you second?
I'm pretty sure I'm second. From what I've been told, I was running second. I got a 20-second penalty 2 minutes out of into a control late, just working on the car, trying to get it going, but from what we've been told, we made up that time, so that was good.
So Chris in first, you in second, and do you think it's Chris Greenhouse in third in the SRT4?
Yeah, from what like they've been giving us times and saying that we were battling all day and all that, and then I did one ripper stage on him that he come up to me. He's like, I don't know how you did it. You pulled 40 seconds out of us. And I'm like, I don't know how I did it. So yeah, it was a good battle between us today, and like good blokes, everyone, even Chris was walking back to us and Duplessis and going, what time did you do? What time did you do? Like, yeah. The downer to the day was Adam's crash, but main thing is that he's alive, and yeah. I saw it when I come around the corner. My teammate was first on the first one to see him get out of the car. So seeing him out of the car, that was a good sign.
Yeah, for sure. It's some of the risk we take rallying, and that's why we have safety procedures and all these safety equipment in the cars, obviously to make sure that if we go off, that we'll be okay. Rock on. Well, you're looking at the very likely second place two-wheel drive winner, and we'll see him on the podium here in a little while after a couple super special runs. Thanks, Ross.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna have to go down onto the grass down here and find the rest of the people watching the super special as it happens. So it's looking like the likely event winner, Antoine Lestage here for STPR 2012. How'd your day work out?
Very good. Yeah, we had a great day, and the guys did a fantastic job yesterday fixing the car, changing the engine, so big thanks to them. And we had a clean run today, pushed a little bit in the first few stages this morning, and because we had a time penalty, so instead of being in the lead with 30 seconds, we started the day 30 seconds behind. But after a couple of stages, we were back in the lead, and after that, we pulled up some time on Leo, and it was just a matter of controlling and managing this for the last loop of stages, and that's what we did. And we're here now with the big lead with only the super special to go, and the car is good, so I'm happy.
It takes a lot when you've got a lead and it looks strategically like you're gonna win if everything continues. It takes a lot to figure out how much to take off the top, because you have to have quite a bit of experience as a driver to be able to back it off to 9/10 or 8/10 instead of going down to 5/10 and losing concentration and causing more of a risk than driving fast. You've done so, but what happened to the right rear of the car?
Yeah, I was still driving with a good pace. I would, like you said, to stay concentrate, you have to keep a certain speed. If you go too slow, it's not good. But I just, in the last stage actually, maybe it's my mistake, I misheard a pace note, I brake a little bit too late, it was really loose, and I just went wide and I kissed the bank, lost a little piece of the bumper just to make it interesting.
All right, do you have any advice for people running super special stages like this with the banks and the risks out here? What can you gain out here?
You can't gain anything, that's the problem. So you try to put up a good show for the fans, but unfortunately that's not where the rally really happens, and that's where you can lose the rally, but that's not where you win it. So but I'm not going to do anything silly, but last year it went well here. I like that little course, so we'll try to give them a good show.
Cool. Before we go, is there anyone you want to thank for being here, sponsors and folks like that?
Yeah, of course, all my sponsors, Rockstar Energy Drink, Formica, Concerto, Yokohama, and Mitsubishi. And I want to say a big thanks to my guys, John, Paul, and Mathieu, and Amanda. The four of them did a great job, and if it ends up the way it is now and we win the rally, they played a big role in this.
Yeah, I'd say. All right, Antoine,
Thanks,
thank you. Good job. Congrats. Likely congrats. Obviously, we've got a couple runs of the Super Special here to run. Hey, let's grab Evan. Haven't talked to Evan all day. Evan Klein, are you 4th in SP? Is that how it ended up?
I believe we're 4th SP, 10th overall. So we came here and did exactly what we planned on. Last time I raced here, I rolled the car, and after going off in Oregon, we knew that we had to finish the rally. So our goal is to have a clean event and just finish, and we did better than we planned. So we're really happy about that. So can't complain.
Last time we talked to you in Oregon, we were like, "Well, what are you fixing?" And you're like, "Everything," because a lot of stuff had broken when you went off. I'm really glad to see it turn out well for you here. Is there anything you want to tell us about your experimental exity clutch setup? Is that working out for you, or anything about that? Is that going to be maybe tested and offered on the market?
Probably not. I got another one in the works right now, so I'm going to test this one out starting in Maine, and then I'm going to figure out which is the better. But we're putting together a twin carbon to work with the factory STI flywheel, so that should work out pretty well, and it'll drop about 7 pounds off of most current Subaru SP setups. So
why do you want to drop weight off the clutch setup?
Well, it allows the engine to rev quicker, as well as you can downshift and rev match quicker, and it's easier on the transmission, it makes quicker shifting and everything like that. So there's a lot of benefits to doing something like that. So
cool. Thanks for a little education. Well done. Congrats for finishing the event. Almost. I know we're a little ahead of things here, but it's going to get dark soon, so we got to try to crank some interviews out.
Good deal.
All right. Take care, Evan. Okay. See if we can grab Lachlan here. Lachlan, we're fighting losing light here, so we're trying to get some people while we can see those pretty faces still. Standing here with Lachlan O'Sullivan, and it looks like SP has worked out for you. Is there any news about the 10-second penalty? Did you get that handled or protested or what?
No, we're doing an inquiry, so we don't know if we're 9 or 10 seconds ahead of them or 19 or 20 seconds ahead of them. So we'll see. I mean, I know they were pushing those last couple of stages hard, trying to catch us, and they got us on the 2, and then we came back and got exactly what they got. We got them back what they got on those 2 stages. So it's been a lot of fun, and friggin' the brakes weren't working right, so we were hauling to try and make up for it.
I thought I saw that actually in the hairpin right on stage 13. You didn't look surgically precise like you did the first time through. Is a lot, and then on the way out, you're kind of trying to get the thing back in the tracks. And I was suspicious is because you're a little fast into the corner, because probably the brakes weren't working as well as you had told me about in service. So about this 10-second penalty. So what we're talking about here is you have, as a rally team, you have a minute you're supposed to check in and check out of service and in and out of stages and such. They were rolling in on their minute, but it clicked over into the next minute as they were, part of the time card exchange or something. Typically, the control worker will give you the minute you rolled in on, but once in a while, you got to do a little bit of fighting to make sure your time is counted. That's part of rally. It's part of why co-drivers are important and part of how they earn their keep for getting to ride around and be part of the star show, right?
So true. It's so sad because our guys hustled really hard. We had a brake master cylinder go out on us for the rear wheels. It didn't bleed right, so that's why we didn't have brakes for those 3 stages. I mean, not all. We had some brakes, but not all our brakes.
Yeah, got it.
So, we handed this guy the time card with 4 seconds left, but he was sitting in a chair and kind of just lollygagging, taking it, looked down at the clock, and he was, a little excited that he actually got to penalize someone, and that's not the way it's supposed to work, So it's the team worked super hard. We had just seconds left. They put the hood down, jacked the car down. We didn't want to race through. There were a lot of people around, so we took our time. We knew we had 5 seconds. It's really close, but we felt super safe about it. But we'll see.
Hey, good run this weekend. You had a lot of struggles in Oregon. I'm glad it worked out for you. Good for you. Hopefully, this works out, and you do 2 more little quick stages, and there you go.
A little quick with super slippy out there. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked up to see any of that yet. All right, so moving on from Lachlan O'Sullivan, likely super production winner there with Scott Putnam co-driving. Okay, this has been Matthew Johnson from the last service before the last 2 super specials of STPR 2012. Next time you see us, we'll be down on the field for some of the last battles, and then we'll see you at the podium. Thanks.